Hello and welcome to another SonicWall video tutorial. My name is MG Sriramaya, Senior Tech Support Engineer, SonicWall. In this video, I'm going to show you how to open terminal services ports using the SonicWall Configuration Wizard. The SonicWall Configuration Wizard helps you to quickly and easily configure various features of the SonicWall security appliance. The configuration steps to open terminal server ports using the wizard are: in the Configuration Wizard, select Public Server Wizard. Select Terminal Services Server as a server type. Specify the private and public IP address of the server configuration. Review the auto-created configuration. Test the configuration. For the purpose of this video, we use a network like this. In this network, a terminal server is located on the LAN zone of the SonicWall with an IP address of 192.168.168.100. The public-facing IP of the terminal server is the primary WAN interface IP, 192.168.170.51. Our objective is to allow users on the Internet to connect to the server using the public IP of 192.168.170.51. Let us begin by logging into the SonicWall management interface, which I've already done here. The Configuration Wizard can be launched at any time from the management interface by clicking on the Wizards button in the top right corner. In the configuration window, select Public Server Wizard and click on Next. Under Server Type, select the predefined Terminal Services Server. When this option is selected, you have the option to select Microsoft RDP and Citrix ICA services. These service objects are for the default ports TCP 3389 and TCP 1494 respectively. In this video, we select both and click on Next. This will bring you to the screen to define the server's private IP address. Under Server Name, enter a name to identify the server. We will call it Terminal Server. SonicWall will auto-create an address object in this name with a suffix of private. Under Private IP Address, enter the private IP address of the terminal server, 192.168.168.100. Under Server Comment, enter some comments for reference. Click on Next. On this screen, we specify the public or the external IP address by which this server will be accessed from the Internet. By default, this field will have the primary WAN interface IP address. Change this field if the server has to be accessed by a different public IP address. For this video, we use the primary WAN interface IP address, 192.168.170.51. Click on Next. This is a summary of the settings that will be created by the wizard. The wizard will create an address object for the private IP of the terminal server, create a service group by name Terminal Server Services with Terminal Services and Citrix Services as members, create an inbound NAT policy, create an outbound NAT policy, create a loopback NAT policy, create a WAN to LAN access rule. Click on Apply to finish the configuration. Click on Close to close this window. Let us review the configuration added by the wizard. Under Network, go to Address Objects. Select View Style as Custom Address Objects. Here, you can see the address objects created by the wizard. Now go to the Services page. Select View Style as Custom Services. Here, you can see the service group created by the wizard. By expanding the group, you can see the members added to it. Next, go to Firewall Access Rules. Change the view style to Matrix. In the matrix, select From as WAN and To as LAN. By default, SonicWall blocks all traffic from the WAN to any of its internal zones. You can see the allow rule created by the wizard is above the default deny rule and therefore takes higher priority. Next, under Network, go to NAT Policies. Set the view style as Custom Policies. Here, you can see the three NAT policies created by the wizard. This is the inbound NAT policy. This is the outbound NAT policy, translating all outbound packets from the terminal server to the X1 IP. This loopback policy allows internal hosts to access the terminal server using its public IP. Last, we test this configuration by making an RDP connection from a host on the WAN to the public IP of the terminal server. I'm on the WAN side of the SonicWall and have opened Windows Remote Desktop Connection. Here, I enter the public IP of the terminal server 192.168.170.51 and click on Connect. I enter the username and password of the server and can see the desktop of the terminal server. This concludes this video on how to quickly open terminal services ports using the SonicWall Configuration Wizard. Thank you for watching this video.